All right, we are going to look at the space that we are going to be designing. That's the family room, living room slash student work area as our interior design project. This is what the whole house floor plan looks like. We are going to be working with this area right here, and I have drawn it out for you. And it will show what the furniture is like, and then we will try to, your project will be you figure out how to make it work as the living room and the student workroom. So here I have what this just that space looks like as the family room, living room. And I've given you all the dimensions too, and I'm going to go over what those mean. So here's our front door into the house. And then we have an opening right here, which is into the hallway that goes to the bedrooms and the bathrooms. And then here we have like an archway that goes into the kitchen over here and the dining room over here. So if we look at the original, you can see that here's the front door, here's the hallway, here's the archway, kitchen, dining room. Here's what is in that space right now. We have a sectional, a coffee table, 2 chairs, a side table, a bookcase, and that's where the TV is located. And because there's no coat closet, we have an armoire, which is a cabinet with hooks inside that you could put somebody's coat in or umbrellas in. And we have a plant over here. These are windows. This is an archway, and I can tell because there's a dashed line there, meaning it's not a solid wall, but there's something other than just an opening. If you look up here, this is what we're doing. If you look over here, this is how to read the dimensions. Here we have a 3 with an apostrophe. That apostrophe equals feet, which is different than this one, which is a 3 with quotation mark. The quotation mark equals inches. So if we look here at the dimensions on the top, this wall right here is 8 feet 0 inches. So it's 8 feet total. The archway, and that's what these little lines are showing you, that this is a different section, is 4 feet 0 inches. And then our break, and here is this side of the wall, and this goes to the outside of the wall. This is 7 feet 6 inches. If we look down here at the bottom, you can see that there's little sections. There's this little section here, and that's 1 foot 0 feet. The doorway is 3 feet 0 inches. This wall right here is 3 feet 0 inches. This section of the window, and it goes to the middle of this little jamb right here, 3 feet 0, 3 feet 0, 3 feet 0 for the windows. And then from here to the outside of the wall is 3 feet 6 inches. If we look at the side here, this whole wall from the outside wall to this outside wall is 15 feet 0 inches. If we look at this wall right here, including the opening, so this one actually goes from the outside wall to the inside part right here, and I can tell because that's where that line is. So this full wall section is 10 feet 6 inches, and this opening is 4 feet 0 inches. You'll notice that the walls have thickness. Those are all going to be 6 inches. So if I look here, I have 7 feet 6 inches here's my 6 inches, that wall. So if I'm looking at the inside, it would be 7 feet. That's how you're going to read it. What you're going to do is you're going to take this right here, which I will post on Google Classroom, and you're going to draw it on your graph paper. And I've drawn the walls. How did I know where to draw them? Each one, if I think on mine it has it's cut off on the video, but each one of these squares is 1 foot. So that should make it easy. And I made it so the lines are the inside walls right here, and this is where I started. So I drew over, like this is 1 foot right here, which is my 1 foot right there. My door is 3 feet, so I part of a square and part of a square over here. So I have 1, 2, or like 1, 2, 3. This door also has to be 3 feet because when it closes, it has to reach all the way over here. So this can't be some random line. It has to be the same dimensions as the door opening. So because we have started in the middle of a square, I'm going to be counting like 1, 2, 3, middle of that square. And that's where my window starts. And my window is going to be in the middle of a square too. 1, 2, 3, and then I just put in that little trim where it's holding that piece of glass, whatever kind of window it is. And then I did the same thing here and the same thing here. And then this is my solid wall. It is 1, 2, 3, and 6 inches. So half of a square is 6 inches because 1 square is 1 foot, which is 12 inches. This is math. You need to know that basic part of math to be able to do this. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the dimensions on here, transfer the walls, windows, openings to your graph paper so that you have this and it turns into this. We're not putting furniture in here. This is where you're going to have to figure out how to place the furniture. And you can see that I have posted on Google Classroom templates, which, and I apologize, meant to have attached to all of the graph paper that you picked up, but I didn't because this is COVID and it's 2020 and I've made a lot of mistakes. So I've written on the template the size of the furniture. Get a piece of paper. Draw that out as best as you can. You can use these as your little lines if you put the paper on top of it to draw. So if I wanted to draw something, I can see the lines through and I can kind of draw it if I use a blank piece of paper and then write on there what it is and cut it out, and then you can like place things around and move things around if you have templates. If you think you're just going to draw in here and it's going to be perfect, you're going to be wrong. So make sure that you make yourself little pieces of furniture that you can manipulate. And remember the traffic that has to go through there, and you have to leave at least 2 feet of space for people to move from one area to another. So we did standards of clearance spaces, and you need to go back and review those. That's why we had them. So on the next one, I will show you more of what we're going to do.